Peter.
Andrew.
James the Younger.
Paul.
Thomas.
We were among the first followers of Jesus.
We were the first to see the light that Jesus
You mean the
brought.
light that Jesus was?
That he still is.
Yes, the light that he was. The light that he still is. A light shining.
But not just a light, a torch.
No, a lamppost.
A lamppost?
More like a beacon, a lighthouse.
All right, a beacon. Shining in the dark, showing us the way.
There were dozens of us who saw the light and followed it.
He was only with us for a few years, but the light he cast would last a lifetime.
30 lifetimes.
No, for eternity.
Yes, because he passed the torch
Beacon.
of his message to us, his followers,
There were dozens of us.
We became hundreds.
who became thousands
Then millions.
and then billions.
We saw the light.
And we pursued it,
We're still pursuing, shining a light.
passing the torch.
Following the beacon.
Did those things happen so very long ago?
To us, it feels like yesterday.
In fact, they could be happening right
Now.
Once we had seen the light, we had sworn to follow it to the ends of the earth. But when we had heard that the authorities had come and arrested Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane, only a few of us followed, and at a distance. Not one of us tried to save the Savior.
He was being held by a military platoon, 600 armed guards, plus the temple security force. What were we supposed to do? Really, there was nothing we could do. Well, nothing except follow and watch.
And I understand there was one particular disciple who wouldn't even admit that they knew Jesus.
Look, I just don't want to talk about it, all right?
The mob, Jews, Gentiles, together, united for once. They took him to the high priest, and then from there the headquarters of Governor Pilate. Pilate was an irritable and angry man, and he had no patience for anyone who was beneath him.
His headquarters were built like a Roman palace, with tall marble columns and an extravagant courtyard. Its architecture was designed to make people feel small. That's where they tried Jesus.
Pilate perched on an alabaster throne overlooking the crowd. With a foul expression on his face, he said,
"What charges do you bring against this man?"
Then Saul Finkel, a greasy lawyer hired by the synagogue, stepped forward. He said, "Your Honor, this man clearly is a criminal. If he wasn't, he would not be standing before you right now."
Then why are you wasting this court's time? Judge him for yourselves by your own law.
And Finkel replied, "In this case, Your Honor, we feel that he should be put to death for the good of the society. But as you know, we do not have authority to give him the death penalty."
Now see, Pilate was aware of what Jesus had said about the way he would die. A death sentence would fulfill that prophecy. Pilate had a conundrum on his hands, so he decided to ask for private counsel with Jesus, the accused. Once they were alone in his study, he turned to Jesus and asked, point blank,
So, are you the king of the Jews?
With an otherworldly sense of calm, Jesus said, "Are you asking me because you believe that this is true, or because others have said this about me?"
I'm not a Jew, am I? Your people, including the chief priests, have arrested you and placed you in my custody. What have you done?
My kingdom isn't about what you see around you. If it were, my followers would fight for my freedom. But I'm not that kind of king. Not the world's kind of king.
So you are a king.
Am I? You tell me. What I know is this. The reason I was born, the reason I was sent here, was to demonstrate the power of truth. Everyone who belongs to the truth hears my voice.
But what is truth?
Jesus simply let those words hang in the air and let Pilate wrestle with them. He would say no more.
Pilate was perplexed. He couldn't get the prisoner to defend himself, and he couldn't force him to condemn himself either. With no further words from Jesus, Pilate went back to the crowd and said,
I can find no case against this man.
at his words, the crowd became furious.
But even as Pilate spoke, he felt the question still vibrating in the air surrounding him.
What is
What
truth?
is truth?
What is truth?
What is truth?
What is truth?
What
is truth?